Welcome in again, everyone. Chad Miller here, and another full room of Summit members for a Wayside Furniture Blend & Sons Studio C session. The second day in a row, we've been taken over by the Aussies, coming over from across the great distances to join us today, and joined here by Girl and Girl. They're touring behind their forthcoming debut full-length album titled Call a Doctor. It's available May 24th on Sub Pop Records. They just opened for fellow Australians Royal Otis last night, April 28, 2024, at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. They were here a day ago, and here they are today, Girl and Girl. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. This just seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Your music is so much fun to listen to during warm-ups with people not in the room, and even now with the full room. You just couldn't stop warming up and messing around and doing your thing, and it sounds great. So yeah, welcome to the United States. How many? By the way, first off, how many people were at the show last night? Round of applause. Hands in the air, applause. Yeah, and I know that some of these people in the room were in the front row at your show last night at the Grog Shop, so I don't know if you recognize some of these faces or not, but a couple maybe. A couple. But a very enthusiastic group of members who love your music. They were there last night for the actual concert and are here today. And this U.S. tour continues. Girl and Girl joining us here all the way from Australia for a Wayside Furniture Blend & Sons Studio C session. Let's start off with a song. What do you guys have for us first?
I'm going to do Oh Boy, which is our latest song. I will. And everything that's changed, it only happened in a day. That day was yesterday. And I think you'll find in time that you'll break down and cry. Pain is on its way. But you'll turn pain in you into something you couldn't do before that awful day. And we're gonna try to do percussion. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Aha. Oh mother, would you care if I left you standing there? And father, how'd you feel if I turned down your appeal? And brother, half past nine, and I recall we'd walk the line. And sister, pass the time. But remember, one day you'll die. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh my, oh boy, oh boy, oh my, oh my, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh my, oh boy, oh boy, oh my, oh my. So long to sadness, but finally found it. I'm feeling buckets with this joy, and I'm not ungrateful, that'd be distasteful. I'm just the one who told you our love is fading. I'm constantly changing, and I want nothing more than those boys to go the distance. Hard work and persistence might be the secret to your joy. Life will be wasted, so reach out and taste it. Try not to cry until you die. Heat and exhaustion, your hard work has started from all the other jolly guys, and spiraling faster. I'm a disaster. I thought that I was on the path. Thank you. Maybe try something a bit.
Fantastic. That was Girl and Girl, their new song, Oh Boy. It's off the forthcoming debut full-length album titled Call a Doctor. Comes out May 24th on Sub Pop Records. They just opened last night for Royal Otis, April 28th, 2024 at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. And fellas, why don't you introduce yourselves on stage, if you would, here for our audience.
Hello, I'm Jaden.
My name is Kai James.
My name's Fraser.
I'm Melissa.
There you have it. Girl and Girl, all the way here from Australia, performing a Wayside Furniture Blend & Son Studio C session for our Summit members. And this show last night, some of the people who were in attendance, they were saying, you guys did the OH chant. You're
He
learning,
did it.
Yeah, you're learning things about our wonderful Buckeye state of Ohio here. I love that you guys did that. But yeah, so this all basically got started. This whole band, just messing around and playing in the garage after school in the afternoon. A literal, real life example of garage rock happening in a real, actual garage. I love that, and which also sort of tells me that. Your influences must lie, in bands like The Strokes, The Hives, The Libertines, which sort of kick-started that garage rock movement in the early 2000s. Is that sort of what sort of drew you to starting a band like this? And tell me about what your thoughts were when you were trying to get out of school and get home and mess around in the garage. How did this all come together for you guys?
Well, none of those bands.
Okay. That was my assumption. Who are your influences then? Just out of curiosity.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Who are our influences? There's maybe like Together Pangea was a big one for us coming up, which is they're an American band, and like Wunderbar is kind of sort of garagey rocky stuff, and I still am a huge LCD Sound System kind of guy. And I don't know if that's an influence. Maybe an influence in terms of just James Murphy's dramatics. I like to be very dramatic in our music, and
I could see that.
Yeah.
I see that coming through for sure.
Put on my big vampire voice and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. What was the other half of the question? Sorry.
Oh, just how your band got started then, how this all came together.
Yeah. So literally in the garage, like you were saying. And Auntie Liz she would walk my mum's property, and then me and Jaden were jamming, and she came in and jumped on the kit and showed us how it's really done.
I was going to say, there is an interesting family dynamic going on here. Kai James, the lead singer, that's your Auntie Liz on drums back there. Real actual family coming together here. So, Auntie Liz, you just seem to have stuck around, right? I mean, you must have shown them how it's working and how it should be done, right?
Yeah, they listened for a little while. They don't listen anymore.
Well, that was my
No
other
comment.
question. I mean, you're sort of sort of a parental figure out there. I mean, do you guys, you're keeping these fellas in line out on the road?
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you do keep them on their best behavior though when needed.
They're pretty well behaved.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
We're good boys.
Yeah. So Kai, is this your mom's sister then?
Yeah, mum's sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of family members that in bands, but I don't know that I've ever had an aunt and nephew known of anything like that in a band, which is really cool though. That's fantastic, And I have to ask too. So you've been out on the road with Royal Otis, and just some of your impressions of being in the States. Is this your first time touring in the U.S.?
We were here a month ago for South by in
Austin, Texas.
Austin,
Yep.
which was really cool. Everyone had a great week. It was really busy. We did like 9 shows in 5 days, so it was just kind of
That's how it works for South by.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
fly in Sunday, fly out Friday kind of thing. But yeah, it's great. I'm having a fantastic time.
It's summer.
It's summer.
What?
Your winter, our summer. So good timing to get out of Australia. And by the way, where exactly in Australia are you guys from again?
Gold Coast and Brisbane in Queensland.
Okay, and that's on the northeast side of the country, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, Girl and Girl joining us all the way from Australia, touring behind the debut album, the full-length coming, titled Call a Doctor. It comes out on May 24th on Sub Pop Records, and they just opened for Royal Otis last night, fellow Australian band at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights. Let's do another song. What do you guys have for us next here?
We're going to play Hello, which is off the record as well.
Fantastic.
Oh, I haven't even moved, but I feel off. Hello? Guess I'm just calling to let you know that I'm not that well. But you're obviously not there, and I know you're all too familiar with my little personal hell. So you probably won't care. But I've been talking with my body, and we think there has been a robbery. Only tortured thoughts are left, oh, only thoughts of pain and dread. Well, hello. Thanks so much for calling the Wesley Emergency Hall. We're so glad you're there. And for those returning customers, we'll soon be taking your calls. 'Cause we really care. Mr. James, we're glad you called. These thoughts you've had aren't bad at all. No more than normal, less than awful. Now bugger off. Thank you for your... Hello? I got your call. And I guess I could try a more positive guy, so hello. Hello, no more. Well, I guess you could call it goodbye. 'Cause I've been working on myself. Good luck, good fortune, and good health. And all those doctors, they were right. These things get darkest late at night. Now I've had thoughts where I feel well. And God, those thoughts are worse than hell. No pain, no torture, no brain slaughter. I'd be better off if I'd never called. So long, farewell, the fetus sang goodnight. So long, farewell, the fetus sang goodnight. And adieu, adieu to you and you and you. Adieu, adieu to you. So long, farewell, fetus sang goodnight. So long, farewell, fetus sang goodnight. And adieu, adieu to you and you and you. Adieu, adieu to you. Oh, so long, farewell, fetus sang goodnight. So long, farewell, the fetus sang goodnight. And adieu, adieu to you and you and you. Adieu, adieu to you. Ooh, so long, farewell, the fetus sang goodnight. So long, farewell, the fetus sang goodnight. And adieu, adieu to you and you and you. Adieu, adieu to you. Thank you.
Very good. That was Girl and Girl, all the way here from Australia. Their new song, Hello, and touring across the country. They just opened for Royal Otis last night at the Grog Shop in Cleveland Heights, and touring behind their forthcoming debut full-length album titled Call a Doctor. Comes out May 24th on Sub Pop Records. Girl and Girl joining us in a room full of Summit members for another Wayside Furniture Blind & Sons Studio C session. And Kai, I wanted to ask you about that song because there is... I read something where you sort of described that song, Hello, as sort of about a young man who meets with, mental health professionals to sort of rationalize what that person might be going through. And, I think that, in this world of more and more people being accepting of and open with and actively taking part in dealing with mental health issues, I think that's very... It's just a great sentiment to have out there, and that it's okay to look after yourself like that. And I'm just wondering if you could expand on the background of that song and if it's at all autobiographical, perhaps.
It's very autobiographical. Yeah, it's kind of it's sort of like romanticizing your own misery. And I guess, you can reach out for help and you can get help, but then eventually you have to start doing active things yourself.
You have to do the work.
To get better, exactly. You can't just reach out, and be told and then go back to where you are. You gotta find it within yourself to get better. And it's sort of that. It's kind of like, and that so long farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, good night is like either you're saying goodbye to the bad routines that you've developed, or you're saying goodbye to getting better.
Right.
Because that final verse is a bit like, oh no, I'm having good, happy thoughts, and I'm so used to having, self-destructive, terrible thoughts. This feels uncomfortable and out of place. And so it's that choice of, do you want to go back to being comfortable and miserable, or do you want to be happy and maybe a bit uncomfortable for a little while,
Yeah, well, you, again, do the work, and that can be the very, very hard part. And that's sort of, I guess, the juxtaposition, the dichotomy of your music. I mean, what I love about your music so much, it's so energetic, upbeat. The song Dance Now is so bouncy sounding, and I love it, and it's infectious, and that's what I mean. There's just an undeniable energy with your sound. But, again, you've said that this new album is about an individual who is too far in their head and trying to get out, which I guess is sort of, what therapy's all about. And whether, we all sort of, whether anyone would acknowledge that or not, I think we all go through things of that sort at certain parts in our lives, some more so than others. And that's, I guess that's what I mean. There's a balance. I mean, is it hard to balance such a bright sound to, I don't want to say dark topics, but real life things like that? Is there a challenge in that at all?
It's kind of critical for me.
Yeah.
I guess I struggle with sincerity, so I try to, if you read my lyrics alone, they're pretty brutal and honest. So I try to mask it with a big silly voice and some loud guitars,
right,
you know what I mean, and a lot of dramatics on stage. And that's kind of, in a way, it's like sort of laughing at it in a way to kind of
making light of it. Kind
of. To make it a bit smaller and give it less power.
Right.
In a way.
But at the same time, it's a very real thing, and so that sort of is the balancing act there, I guess. Well, it all sounds good with the music and the way you put it out there, and it makes for a fun, energetic live show, as some of these folks in attendance can attest. They saw you last night open for Royal Otis at the Grog Shop. It's just a great thing what you're able to do to tie those real life topics to upbeat music, and we all need a little bit of both of those things. And it's a nice blend, how you've put it all together. Girl and Girl, the Australian band, joining us for another Wayside Furniture Blind & Son Studio C session. The debut full-length album is coming soon. It's titled Call a Doctor. It's available May 24th on Sub Pop Records. By the way, Sub Pop Records, too. I mean, that's a pretty legendary record label, and I don't know. Did you ever just stop and realize that, like, wow, with all the history behind that, we're very lucky to be represented by such a legendary record label like Sub Pop. It's got to be a cool thing.
It is the weirdest thing. It is. We never thought we'd leave Mum's garage.
Yeah.
You know, and we never. Well, I guess we strived to, but I don't know. You don't make goals that big because it just doesn't feel like you could achieve them.
Or you just don't expect it. You can dream it, but now the dream has come true, and these guys are out on the road. And I believe you're hitting up New York next, right? That's tomorrow, I do believe.
Yeah, New York tomorrow night.
Yeah, where are you playing out there?
The Racket, I think.
Okay.
Does that ring any bells to anyone?
Yeah.
2 nights in a row.
Sounds like another sort of underground punk rock club like the Grog Shop last night.
Yeah.
I love it.
Grog Shop was great.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I was telling the Royal Lotus guys yesterday, you're gonna love it. It's covered in stickers and graffiti on the walls and punk rock bathrooms that look kind of it's
big holes in the door.
Yeah,
everybody sees you pooing.
It's a fantastic place. Oh man, rock and roll lifestyle though. That's how it ought to be. Girl and Girl joining us for a Studio C session here at the Summit. Let's do one more here. What do you got for us next?
We'll finish it off with Dance now. Our most palatable song. Not about depression. It's about dancing. All my life, I keep it tight, and she's alright, won't stay tonight, and skin so white, never been outside, and sun so bright, burning in my eyes. Is she coming round? What's it all about? Can you feel it now? I can feel it now. Feel it now, dance now. Is she coming round? What's it all about? Can you feel it now? I can feel it now. Feel it now, dance now. And she's so bright, even in the rain. And in this life, there's not enough time. So stay dancing in the dark tonight. Without your heart, that's when I die. Is you coming round? What's it all about? Can you feel it now? I can feel it now. Feel it now, dance now. Is you coming round? What's it all about? Can you feel it now? I can feel it now. Feel it now, dance now. Wish you coming round, what's it all about? Can you feel it now? I can feel it now. Wish you coming round, what's it all about? Can you feel it now? I can feel it now. I'm halfway there. 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 I'm halfway there.
Thank you.
That was excellent. We love that song here, and flawlessly executed as well. This was a really, really cool session. This setup in particular, very, very stripped back. And man, this has been a real treat for our Summit members today in the room. Another Wayside Furniture Blend & Sons Studio C session with Australian band Girl and Girl. It's great to catch bands on the rise like you guys are, and really looking forward to just how things play out for you guys. I mean, you got a big tour happening right now, opening for Royal Otis, who are also on the rise. The debut full-length album, Call a Doctor, comes out May 24th on Sub Pop Records. And just thank you so much for being here and taking the time and coming in and performing for our Summit members. This was so much fun. Nice round of applause once again for Girl and Girl, everyone.
Thank you so much for having us and supporting us. It means
Thank you.
so much.